Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I am Syed Fakhar Imam, Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. I am here with the course title Media Writing. Dear student, as you know that we discussed in previous class the skills of news writing, but now in this session we will talk about classification of news. The outlines are here. We will discuss one by one with examples. First of all, we will talk about hard news. Hard news. What is hard news? Hard news is based on such news stories which carry huge consequences for a large number of readers, audience, and listeners. Such news stories are read by the reader due to the consequences of it in their lives. It includes news story relating to politics, economics, international relations, welfare, scientific development, education, health, foreign affairs, government policy, religion, and so on, so far. Dear students, it can be delivered from range of local, regional, national, and international significance. Hard news is often fast-paced and heavily promoted by news and media outlets. Hard news stories are usually front-page articles on newspaper. Dear students, journalists also use the inverted pyramid method to promote to write hard news stories. This provides most important detail at the beginning of the story and less important facts towards the middle and end of the story. Now we will talk about soft news. So what is soft news? Soft news are such kind of news stories which are less important but also attract large number of readers. This is because human interest stories of crime, love, and comedy appeal more to emotion than intellects, thus making it easier to understand, which is a reason why there are more listeners. Moreover, it entertains readers as the public are more interested in topics such as celebrity gossip and technology. The difference between two types of news is mostly the tone of presentation. For example, hard news follow a more factual approach: who, what, when, and where an event has occurred, whereas soft news focuses more on entertaining and advising the readers. Dear students, now we will talk about geographical point of view. Before going to discuss and talk about geographical point of view, here we have the examples of hard news and soft news. This one is hard news and this one is soft news. Why this one is hard news? Because news stories are reported immediately and the format of the story is based on 5W1H. The journalist use inverted pyramid style. Main information, most important information is on the top, and then second, less important and least information is on different paragraphs. So now we will move towards a geographical point of view. So geographical point of view, here news are divided into three main categories. One is local news, second one is national news, and third one is international news. Dear students, now we will talk about local news. The news stories which are filed from the same place from where the news story is published is called local news. For example, a journalist file a news story from the same place where the newspaper is published. For example, Dawn newspaper is published from Karachi, and a journalist who reported a story from Karachi is called local news, or considered to be a local news. So here we have the example of Dawn newspaper, and this story is published locally from Karachi and published in Dawn, so we can call it local news. Now second one is national news. The news story which come from all other part of the country is called national news. The news story which is published in Dawn newspaper from Peshawar or other city like Islamabad, Faisalabad, Lahore, Multan, Miawali will be considered as a national news, as you see in PowerPoint. So now the third one is international news. The news stories which come from any other country to the newspaper are called international news. Here we have the examples of international news stories which are mentioned in the PowerPoint. So now further we divided news into two types. One is straight news and second one is developed or in-depth news. Straight news is such kind of news stories which are based on surface facts. In such kind of news stories, hidden facts are not mentioned. The credit of such stories are not given to the reporter as mentioned in example. In such kind of news stories, the reporter does not struggle much for collecting information from the different sources regarding the same event. So such news stories are not byline. So what is byline? A byline story means a reporter published a story with her name. So such news stories are based either on events or speeches, for example, accident, press conferences, seminars, etc. So now we will talk about developed news story. Developed or in-depth news stories are such kind of news story in which reporter treat the news story according to his own tactics. In such kind of news stories, the subsurface facts or hidden facts are also mentioned by the reporters. Thus, the reporter contacts and different sources relating to particular event of his news story. These stories are mostly published byline, as the credit of news story is always given to the reporter or journalist. In byline stories, the reporter is responsible for almost each and every word he has written.